gorgeous. Hello. Hi, baby. I love when you look at me upside down. It's so cute. Look at you. Oh, hello everyone. My name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the start of another weekend vlog. I just got home. It's warm in my place. And I was wearing a slightly rough linen dress and earrings for the first time in a really long time. And as you can tell from how irritated they are in like red, they hurt from wearing earrings for so long. And I am like sensorily at my limit from wearing that linen dress all night, but I felt really pretty, so it works. Oh yeah, I just got home from my friend's barbecue. Very fun. It was a lot cooler outside than I anticipated it being. In my head it was like 26, 27 degrees and Canadian Celsius, not freedom units. I don't know what that is, but in my head I was like, I'm gonna wear my nice dress. I'm gonna look so cute. But thankfully I was like, I should also bring a sweater just in case. So I brought a cardigan with me. And also I had my car blanket, thank God. Cause she was cold outside, but then we ended up moving in. What exactly are you doing? You're so cute. I have a sink kitty. Come here. Yeah, okay. There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm home now. Welcome to the start of the weekend. I don't really know overly what I'm going to be doing reading wise. I have so much that I want to read, and I also need to really get going on editing A Favored Fey because I finished my read through last weekend, and so I need to now actually edit. I started last night. I really should have started like right after my read through was done, but I didn't because, you know, life got in the way during the week. But now it's Friday and I really should do some actual editing. I did start yesterday just a little bit rewriting chapter 1, but I gotta really like lock in. And I put in a goal in my Scrivener for 115,000 words because the goal the draft right now is 120,000, and I feel like I can probably shrink it a little bit, tighten everything up to about 115,000. And I want that done by June 1st. And it was like, you have to write 5,000 words a day. And I was like, holy shit. But thankfully there's a number of chapters that I can just literally just copy paste and then go in and like line edit instead of like rewriting. There's not many that I have to fully rewrite. So should be okay. Should be good. I really want another iced coffee, but it's like 20 to 11. I really shouldn't. Even decaf. I really shouldn't. The sugar alone will keep me up. But anyway, so that is, I guess, one of the plans. I also did start reading A Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reed from the library on a whim, because Julie texted me and she was reading it and I was like, let's buddy read it. And I'm like 40-some% of the way through and it's like not great. There's a lot of plot holes, but the vibes, they're kind of fun. We love the 2010s dystopian vibe. I have so many options of what I could be reading. I do need to also make a good chunk of the way through The Ashfire King because I'm still reading that. I could read literally any of the books over here because these are all like either new books that I've gotten or books that are on my TBR that I've been planning to read. I could continue Melissa Blair's series. I continue the Megan E. O'Keefe series. I continue my read through of this series. I could read any of these library books that I want to read. I could read any of those new library books that I want to read because I picked up another 8 this week. I also have a book club book that I need to be reading, Florine by Jade Song. We do have a week and a bit until our book club day. And I got the sequel to Dragon Rider finally was released. I'm so excited because that was the first book that I read this year. So I have this from the library. I have the entire Protectorate trilogy by Megan O'Keefe. I have so many things. Oh yeah, this is what happens when you don't check your like schedules on the library app. Modern Divination. You just accidentally one day look at the library app and go, oh motherfucker, there's 7 holds waiting for me. Oh no. And then here you are. So now I have a ton of books. Just even more than what I could be reading. But yeah, Ooh, also, Lindsay wanted to buddy read the second book in James Islington's The Lycanius trilogy, so I also have that on my Kobo that I will be reading. I need to restart it. So I have that big behemoth to get through. I have so many things that I want to be reading right now. Alas, there's just never enough time. There is never enough time. Maybe I'm gonna make a tea, even though I am very, oh, sweetness, I'm so sorry. Did I just kick you, or did I kick your, oh, I kicked you. Oh no, I'm so sorry. No, she was underneath her blanket, we know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Drama, I'm traumatized. No. Okay, put you back down. And she was in her play thing that I set up before I left. That's what's gonna be happening this weekend. I'm also getting my hair done tomorrow. I was supposed to get it done on Wednesday. My hairdresser moved the time. So tomorrow, thank God, because I just need a trim. My layers are so long. They need to be trimmed right up. But I really wanna just do a big chop, but I can't. Because my friend's wedding is in a couple weeks now, on June 7th. My hairstyle requires my hair to be like longer. I don't want to do like a tight chop and have to relearn how to do the hairstyle for it. So we're just doing a trim, and then I'm going to book another haircut for like June so I can just chop it all off again. Because I was looking at like old photos and videos of myself and I was like, I miss my hair. You know what? Fuck it. I'm making another iced coffee. I want a drink. I'm going to make another iced beverage, and it's decaf, so don't worry. Not that I need any more caffeine or sugar, but I want something iced. That's what's up. That's what's happening. And Sunday, of course. Oh my God. You guys. Sunday is A Second Story's second birthday. Second anniversary. My boys have been out in the world for 2 whole years. I am so excited. And that also means that the cover reveal for A Favored Fey is going up on Sunday. So you guys will know it looks like this. I'm so excited. Oh my God. I have been planning this reveal for a while. I have so many wonderful, amazing people who are going to be helping me with this reveal. I also need to write like a description to give them all so that they can describe what the book is, because I realized I didn't do that. I got this custom puzzle from a guy called the Jigsaw guy. The Jigsaw, is that his name? The Jigsaw puzzle guy. He's from like Vernon, BC. And so I was like, amazing. He's Canadian. We're going to support a Canadian company. And we got this amazing puzzle of the cover, and I did like a video of it. I'm so excited. I guess I need to do like that intro chatty bit too. I'll do that tomorrow because I need to explain what the book is about. I'm so excited to reveal that cover. And I'm also going to be revealing that the book is coming out in August. So now all of my like harping on deadlines and things like that are like, you know why? Because August 14th is coming up very fucking soon. It's crazy. Because August 14th, that's like one of the busiest times in my life right then, because I have my piano exam on the 19th of August. I have Freya's birthday on the 24th of August. And I was planning on getting my wisdom teeth out in August, so I haven't actually booked a date, so maybe I won't do that. But like August just seems like it's popping off. So holy shit. But yeah, August 14th. So that is why I have to get this edited into my editor by June 1st, because then she has June to edit it, and then I have July to get it ready. And then August, of course, is when it's got to be ready and up and loaded. So I'm so excited. Anyways, yes, it's a great time. I am extremely excited. I'm so happy that by the time you guys see this video, you will, maybe I'll make a mocha. Ooh, that sounds like a good idea. This has to be heated up more then. I'm so thankful that you guys finally know what A Favored Fey looks like. It is my favorite of the 3 covers. I feel like Tess just leveled up with each cover that they did for me. I am so obsessed with this cover, and like everyone that I have shown it to has said the same thing. They all feel like it's their favorite of the 3, which is saying something because people love the covers of A Second Story and A Little Luck, and I love them so dearly. They are my babies. I love them so much. But oh God, I'm so excited to finally share this with you guys. I'm so excited. Oh, it's official, guys. You guys know what A Favored Fey looks like. And I also have to, I should have lined it up better, but I'd have to, admin-wise, get this onto Goodreads and Storygraph. I guess I could get it onto Storygraph like now, because Storygraph is very fast. So is Goodreads, because I'm an author on Goodreads now, so it's fast now. I should really line that up so you guys can actually like add it to your Goodreads and Storygraph TBRs. I should do that now. I should do that. That's what I'm gonna do. But yes, that's what's happening this weekend. And it's Mother's Day on Sunday. So I'm gonna be, Mom and Dad are coming home from the lake on that day. But before they're going home, they're gonna go visit my grandparents out in a like rural town in Manitoba for a little bit to like for Mother's Day. And then they're coming home. So they're gonna be home around like 5:36. So I'm gonna go over to their place on Sunday and I'm gonna cook dinner so that it's ready for them when they get home. So that's what we're doing for Mother's Day. Should be good, should be wonderful. It's gonna be a good weekend. I have a good feeling about this weekend. I want to consume all of the books right now, which is great. I'm in a great reading mood, but I also need to be in an editing mood because I need to edit A Favored Fey so that it's up ready on time for you guys. You guys are gonna love it. You guys are gonna love it. Anyways, that's what's up, that's what's happening. Welcome to the vlog. Let's fucking do this. I'm gonna make the rest of my ice mocha and then sit on the couch for a bit because it's 10 to 11 at night. So watch something on TV, maybe do some reading, maybe do some editing. Should probably do some editing. We shall see what happens. But yeah, let's get this weekend started.
Hey friends, it is now fucking 2:30 because I finished this. What the fuck was this? This was bad. Like it was. Julie and I were talking about it, and because we're buddy reading it, we're both on pretty much the same page about this book having like a gazillion plot holes and just choices that are like, what the fuck? And I'll get to them in a second. Don't you worry. What Julie said is that it was like readably bad, and I'm like, yeah, it's readably bad. Like it has that YA readableness to it. That's the only reason I kept going. And I also was like, kept going because I was interested enough by the world. I was like, okay, well, like what was happening with the tech in this? Like what was this? What was that? And I gotta say by the end, I was like, oh, that's dumb. So, okay, first of all, this book is a dystopian book, okay? I just saw a TikTok as well earlier as I was scrolling on TikTok where someone was like, okay, like what happened to like real dystopian books where they actually have something to say? They're about like people taking down these corrupt systems. They're commentary on dismantling these terrible societies they're in or like whatever. Like they aren't focused on this like love story. Like where are the actual dystopians at anymore? And I gotta say, this falls into that where the fuck are these good dystopians? Because this was not a good dystopian. This like it had the vibes and that's it. Like it went off in the chat at Julie. She has not yet read it because she went to bed, but like not at her, with her, I guess. I wasn't yelling at her. But it's about one of the comps for this book because this is comped to Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and The Last of Us. And I understand why they were comping it to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes because you can't comp it to the Hunger Games anymore because comping anything to the Hunger Games is just a big eye roll. So what's the next best thing? Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The Last of Us? No! Okay? The Last of Us is about this like fungal virus thing that is changing people fundamentally. It is about this like bond between these two people that is created as one is taking the other like across the country because there might be this cure or whatever, right? That has nothing to do with this. The only very, very thin connection is that in this world there are people called Wens that have like eaten this twisted flesh of these animals and have thus become twisted themselves. But they're not even that big of an issue in this book. They're just kind of there. So like in that very thin connection, sure. But no. It was just used as a fucking like a big name comp. I'm so mad at this book now because like, so it follows two people. It follows Inessa, who is I kept calling her a twin. She's not a twin. She's an elder sister of this brother-sister duo. And it also follows this Angel, who is this like created being, a human that was twisted from the age of 8 to be a killing machine. Her name is Melanoe. And in this world, if you rack up enough debt, you have to basically watch your loved one, someone near you, or yourself, I guess. You have to watch. You basically, like, this person gets put up for the gauntlet, is what it's called. And when that happens, that person has essentially, like, 12 hours before their gauntlet starts
to like try make a plan and get away and hide or whatever to try survive. And then these angels are like released, one of them per like person, and it's this televised event, and they are meant to track down and kill these people within like 13 days, I believe. It's arbitrary. It's an arbitrary number. It's like 13, I don't know, but it usually happens within like a couple of hours, right? But it's this televised event that is watched by so many, and they're living in a world that is set up essentially to make people rack up debt, right? Because capitalism. And that's about as far as any commentary in this book goes. So don't expect anything groundbreaking in that. There really isn't that much commentary on anything in here except for a really shittily built romance. So, of course, our main character, Inessa, she runs a taxidermy shop. Fucking, I don't know why. That her father used to run. Her father also disappeared at some point. They don't know what happened to him. He just vanished. Her brother is the hunter because he's the more smart and survival-focused sibling. This is important because it is very clearly laid out that Inessa is inept at anything to do with hunting, anything to do with survival at the beginning of this. It is very clear that we are supposed to believe that Inessa is kind of incapable of a lot of different things. Like, she can do what she is living to do. She could do her day-to-day job, but she cannot do what her brother does because her brother goes out and does the hunting, and he's like the survival guy. So he's the Katniss in this situation. So they have been doing as much as they can to try and stay out of debt. They have not racked up a single credit of debt, and they are barely surviving. Surprise, surprise, their fucking awful mother, she's the fucking worst. She's in debt, like crazy in debt, and she ends up putting up her daughter for the gauntlet because she's like, well, I can't lose your brother, so it's gotta be you. She's the fucking worst. I hate her mom. I hate their mom so fucking much. I want to strangle her. Useless piece of human flesh. So, of course, Inessa's in this gauntlet now, and so her brother is like, great, I'm gonna protect you. We're gonna take the neighbor's car and we're gonna go. And so they go. But the world is so crumbly and shit. They barely get like 20 miles away in the hours that they're driving. And of course our angel like catches up to them because she's superhuman, right? She's basically a machine. And this is where things start to fall apart because we have been told that the angel here is a great shot. That's her signature, like, kill, is to like kill from a distance. It's very clean. She's very like disconnected from her kills. It just happens. And she has been kind of taken out of the game for a while because something happened with this like 12-year-old girl that fucking set her off, and she can't get over this kill for some fucking reason. Here's where things get weird though, because the things that we've been told already about these characters start to just immediately not be true anymore. Because Inessa and her brother Luca get like attacked by this girl. She is suddenly up close and personal with these ones, and she doesn't take a shot. She doesn't try to shoot Inessa. She's like, she's there, and she's like, great, I'm here, I'm up in your face, which is one, not her killing style, and two, not her fucking killing style. We've been told is her killing style. And then just like, things are happening, choices are being made with these characters. And then of course there's another moment where like she catches up with them again because obviously Luca like overpowers this woman and like shoots her with his own rifle, and they're like, is she actually dead? No, she's not. Of course she's not dead. He missed. He got her like leg or some shit, and she's like, the angel is like shocked because she's never been hit or attacked in any of these gauntlets. She's just been she's been able to kill people very easy. And so she catches up again at some other point, and then she somehow she like fucking yoinks Luca into a tree, pins him there with her knife, which is not, bitch, you know that shit's like a 2-second release. Like, either he's gonna get the knife out of the tree or he's gonna rip his jacket to like the fabric of his jacket to like get away from the knife. Like, it's not a be all end all. If you're gonna pin a man to a tree, you pin him through the skin, you know, not the fucking arm of his jacket. Dumb. And then she's like, oh, I'm gonna choose the slowest way to kill this woman that I possibly can. I'm gonna strangle her because I don't have my rifle on me right now for some fucking reason. I don't know. I think Inessa got it away from her or something. And she's like, yeah, it's gonna take 5 minutes to strangle her. So as she's strangling Inessa, of course, Inessa's brother is like, bitch, no, and like knocks her out with a fucking gun. And then the next time something happened, like Inessa and Luca come across these fucking Wens,
these people turned monster things, and they can't get away, and they get separated. And it's the dumbest thing in the world because Anessa, her brother has done so much for her. She doesn't try once to go see if he's still alive, to go fucking try find him and help him. She just leaves him for dead. And then she finds the angel who's fucking suffering from a number of different things for some fucking reason. And then they're like totally chill and they just sit in a cave together. You're telling me that this angel has had 2 times of an attempt to kill this woman. She is known for her cleanliness, her far away shots, taking barely any blood and being a perfect kill. And this woman doesn't fucking kill Anessa on sight in a cleaner way. You're telling me she's a killing machine and she's not trained to break necks for a clean kill? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. And then, of course, as soon as they touch hands, they're like, oh my God, I feel so many things right now because I'm touching your hand. And I'm like, are we fucking serious right now? Are you fucking serious right now? The romance is so dumb. The romance is so dumb. It's so forced. Oh my God. Oh my God. And there's a scene later in the book that just like solidifies the like instinctive nature of Mel's kills, that again solidifies the fact that she didn't kill Anessa is fucking dumb as shit. Okay, because there's a deer that shows up in this like mutant deer and she just instinctively pulls the trigger and kills this deer, and it's like, bitch, she would have killed Anessa. So that like reasoning, the whole thing that this book is balancing on is that she didn't kill Anessa for some fucking stupid goddamn reason, is so thin. I could breathe on it and it would vanish like an eyelash. Like, it's so thin. It's so bad. And there's so many plot holes. Because as I said before, Anessa is painted out to be the inept sibling, right? She gets it. I'm so sorry I'm ranting about this, but I just need to get it out. She gets to this point where she's like suddenly this trained killer who has not killed her yet. Granted, she does think that the cameras are off. If I kill her while the cameras are off, my boss is gonna be mad at me because like I'm supposed to make this like a TV like spectacle or whatever the fuck, right? So like I'll give her that, but it wasn't a big enough like reason for me because they immediately were just like totally chill with each other. Also, this is supposed to be painted as like an enemies to lovers. Absolutely not. Can we stop using enemies to lovers for things that are just like barely any animosity against each other? Like, they're supposed to be pitted against each other. They're supposed to be rivals. They're barely rivals in any sense of the word. It's enemies. I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, Anessa, inept, right? In here, now we have this big, awesome killer lady who's supposed to be fantastic at like, you know, killing things. And suddenly, she's so out of her depth. She doesn't know what to do with these in this area of the world. Even though Anessa's never been to this area of the world, Anessa's now the expert? What the fuck? And Anessa's now this, like, fucking wannabe Katniss. I think my bangs are slightly too long on me and they're driving me sensorily nuts. Yeah, wannabe Katniss. Suddenly she knows all this survival stuff and she's like, yeah, my dad taught me. And I'm like, the dad who left you? Prove it. Because you never mentioned him teaching you survival skills. When? When did this man who left his family and disappeared teach you about these fucking hunting skills? Because you're the inept sibling. We've been told this, and now we're supposed to believe that you know what the fuck you're doing, and you're keeping this trained assassin safe? No. Mm-mm. And it was just, if you couldn't tell, this book is bad. Like, it's straight up, it's just not good. It's readable, don't get me wrong, but like, it's not a good book. Like, I've read a number of Ava Reed's books before. I've read The Wolf and the Woodsman and Juniper and Thorn. Juniper and Thorn was good. It was a very good book. The depth in that one and it was fucking heartbreaking and intense as shit, but it was a good read. The Wolf and the Woodsman wasn't that great. I remember picking it for book club a number of years ago with my friends, and the 4 of us sitting in McNally roasting the shit out of this book for like 2 hours because it was that bad that all of us were like finding plot holes, finding issues with it. Like, it was not a good book, but that book is better than this one. This one, what the fuck was this? Like, it was, okay, that TikTok that I mentioned earlier, where it's like, where is the actual genuine dystopian that actually has commentary and like does something with this commentary, and not, it isn't just this like thinly veiled romantasy type situation. That makes so much more sense now, because if this is the dystopian we're getting now in this new rage era of dystopian. Hey, I'm editing this right now and I had more thoughts. Because, okay, I do mention the ending after this and how atrocious it was, but I didn't really go into why the ending was atrocious. I'm not gonna spoil it, even though this book is bad and you honestly should not read it. I don't recommend this book at all. This ending of this book, it felt like this whole book, honestly, as a whole, was setting up for something that was longer, like a duology or a trilogy, because it's setting up this like potential duo of this angel who's part of the system and this girl who is from the outlying areas, the poorer areas or whatever. It's setting up this like duo of people and problems and whatever that will end up taking down this society and this government, which would allow for Ava Reed to explore the commentary that they kind of set up barely with this like game situation. Like that is really, I just keep thinking of better dystopians, like what the Hunger Games commentated on and all the successive Hunger Games books we've gotten since. Even though Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes is like my least favorite Hunger Games book, and it was honestly kind of bad, it was still so much better than this one, and it had shit to say and it said it well. And then I think of like Chain Gang All-Stars, which is another like kind of gamified future that has so much commentary on the prison system and the way that our world is going, and it was so fabulously well done. God, I just want to go reread like actually good dystopian after reading this. But here's the thing, if this book had been set up for that duology, it is not. It is a confirmed standalone on Storygraph. Julie found it because she was also fucking aghast at how this ended. Like, this ended so open. It kind of gently set up throughout the entire thing, as I was saying, like this world that could be taken down from the inside, these two people that should not be together, should not be teaming up, but like all these things are set up, and then it just ends. Like, it just stops. With nothing, like no commentary on the mom being anything else, no commentary on how her brother's gonna get out of any situations, no commentary on what this fame does to them, no commentary on what happens next, no commentary on how this world goes forward. Like, it's done. This had the opportunity to be something really, really good and like a next good dystopian book, and it failed so hard, because it just took the dystopian and made it an aesthetic instead, and it did not actually do any commentary on anything. So anyways, we'll get back to Past Me. No, thank you. I will stick with my Hunger Games. I will stick with my Parable of the Talents. No, thank you. Ava Reed, I don't want this anymore. I am so suspicious of dystopian now, of any books that are coming out that are dystopian, that are called dystopian, marketed as dystopian, because I don't trust it. Because that was like, yeah, okay, the vibe was dystopian, but I don't want a vibe dystopian book. I want a genuinely good dystopian read, you know? Anyways, okay, I have been ranting for almost 20 minutes about this book. I finished it. So there's that. Yay for me. It is now almost 3 a.m. I am so tired. I have a haircut tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed. At least we finished one book of the week. And honestly, you know what? You know what I love? Last thing. You know what I love about reading a book that I'm like kind of low-key hate reading? Because again, very readable book. And it wasn't to the point of like, I'm bored, I want to DNF this. Like, I was reading it, having a lot of fun poking fun at it, and like yelling about it in the chat with Julie. I'm so excited for her to read the ending and tell me how much she hates it, because it's a stupid fucking ending. At like 99% of this book, I was like, how the fuck is this gonna wrap up? Because if this isn't a series, this is incomplete. Like, this needed another 100 pages or something to give it more substance and more depth to have anything land at the end. It was dumb, okay? It was a dumb ending. But what I like about reading books that I'm like hate reading is that the entire time I'm like, I could write this better. And this is how I would write it better, you know?
So that's always fun. It's a fun little authorial exercise. If you are an author and you come around, you find yourself reading a book that you're like kind of low-key hating, read it and see what you would do with it to make it better. I would make this one a true enemies to lovers, not even to lovers. I would make it, first of all, it would be a duology. I don't think this has a sequel to it, which is bananas, because we've set up an entire world that would be like a Hunger Games level series for these people to take down this regime that they're under. But I don't know. It doesn't say if it's a series on Goodreads or not. I would make this a true enemies to lovers, as true can be. It would be a similar setup, but it wouldn't be like an inept sibling and a smart sibling. It would just be one sibling to an actually ailing mom who like loves her very dearly, and her mom has like secretly racked up all this debt, but she thinks she has it under control because she doesn't want to like jeopardize her daughter or anything. And then shock, she hasn't. Something terrible happens where she has to go into this debt, and this last amount of debt puts her daughter in the gauntlet, and she's like, fucking shitballs, fuck, I'm gonna do anything I can to like help you out of this. And then her daughter's like, don't worry, mom, I fucking got this. I am survival girly pop -- I got this. I'll see you in 13 days. Hold tight. She fucking like goes into the forest like Bear Grylls. And like, and she fucking actually has a shot at surviving. But then like this angel is just this thing that is such a horrifying, I would have added more horror to this too, because why not? Horrifying thing that is like superhuman. I would have had something to do with the fact that like, because the cameras are disabled, that is the only reason that our killer can't kill the lamb, as she's called, because this has to be cinematic. Like, it has to be cinematic. It has to be on TV. It can't just be like a random kill and then you like come back on TV and, oh, a dead body, you know? So it has to be something, and they're fucking mad about it, this person, right? They're like, it's this middle of this like brawl, all out brawl, when they notice that the cameras are off, and they're like, fucking just let me fucking kill you. And then it's this like, what do we do now type of situation. And it's just them having like getting stuck in some situations where they're forced together again and like all this kind of stuff. Like, it would have made more sense if I wrote this book. True enemies to lovers, not whatever the fuck this was. Anyways, now it's been 22 minutes. I gotta shut up. Freya and I are gonna go to bed. I'll catch you tomorrow for Saturday. So, woke up this morning, rolled over, broke my bed frame. So, I am now undoing everything. Happy cover reveal day. Okay. Somewhat fixed. I'm so sweaty. Oh my god, that took me so long. That is where my bed frame resides. And this is the bed. And that tiny little doomp is, of course, the child. Hi, baby. You're so cute. This is what I look like. I got my hair done yesterday. Hi, happy Sunday. Oh my god. I got my hair done yesterday, and I hate having my hair styled. I just don't like the way it looks, and right now it looks absolutely terrible. Oh, I need to wash my hair. But tiny bed mishap first. Woke up, rolled out of bed, crack. So this is what my room now looks like. We have some of the stuff that was under my bed, the books that were under my bed, and my bed is also supposed to be 34 degrees today. And I can already feel it. I have my air going. It's supersonic, but it's hot in my bedroom. So we're sealing that shit up. I fixed the problem. I fixed the problem of not having a bed. We should be good. We should be good. And I think I'm gonna just put all these books in this suitcase that sits here so that it's just completely out of my way. Because, holy shit, oh my god, okay. Today is a busy day. I didn't anticipate this. I have to go, 1, I have to wash my hair. 2, I have to go get my meds because they've been ready for days. I gotta go get them. And then I have to pick up some foodstuffs because I'm cooking dinner for mom and dad for Mother's Day. So that is what I'm doing because they're currently visiting my grandparents like 4 or 5 hours away. And so when they get home, they're not gonna wanna cook. So I figured, you know what? Let me just cook for them, you know? Let me just cook for them. That's what's up today. I'll talk to you later. But hey, oh my god, it's a cover reveal day. A Favored Fey's live. Yay!
Has to look in the bag. What's in the bag?
What's in the bag, baby?
This is not my Christmas.
There's nothing in here, she says. Hi, baby. Like up over your head. You're doing some acrobatics. Yes, it is. Oh, thank you. Yeah, baby, I'm ready to page 30 in my list. Page 30. Crazy. Crazy, baby. That can't be. Okay. Look at this precious little baby. Look at this precious little baby. She says, I like the fan. She says, I like the fan. Look at that tail. Sweetness. You're too cute. You're like a little void. A void with some white at the edges. You look at that tummy. It's a white tummy. And a white booty. I wonder what you're going to look like when you're a couple months older. If your hair is going to be any lighter, if you're just going to be a black void. What's going to happen? Who knows? Hello, sweetness. Hello, friends. Happy Monday. I am here. It is 12:20 something in the morning. Why am I popping in so late to close out this vlog, you ask? Because I just finished reading a book. Should probably grab it. I did read it on my Kobo because I thought I was gonna deliver this to the library back before I finished it. It turns out I just like reading the audiobook of this one, but I finished Chlorine by Jade Song. So last time we talked was yesterday. It's been a wacky weekend, y'all. Hey, sweetness. What you doing? What you doing, my little baby? Going and exploring, of course. So, what did I even do? It was Friday that I finished the Ava read. I gave that 1.5 stars, by the way, if you couldn't tell by my rant earlier in this video. Absolute no. And I don't know if I explained it well enough, like the dystopian situation. But currently on Book Talk, there is this conversation around the book Silver Elite by someone by the name of Danny Francis. It's believed to be a pen name because there is no information about this author online. Any social media presence they have is extremely like just curated marketing vibes. So people are like, I wonder who it is, like kind of jokingly like, oh, I bet you it's like Colleen Hoover or something. And then there's a few people who are like genuinely like, it feels like it was written by ChatGPT because there's like character inconsistencies and all this kind of stuff. Speculation, by the way, that is also based in the fact that people have like read the book and realized how trash the book is and have also like brought up very clear ideals in the book that are very, you know, right-winged. So not a great book, apparently. Haven't read it myself, probably will never. But this has also brought up this idea of like dystopians at their core, dystopian books are books that have commentary on these really big oppressive systems, right? That they are tackling something, they are saying something. And as someone who has absolutely loved The Hunger Games in the past, and this year read Parable of the Sower, and I absolutely fucking loved it. And went on a rant and like did an entire video about how nuanced it was, if you guys remember that a couple months ago. But like, I know what a good dystopian book is. And so this Silver Elite that's come up has sparked this conversation of like, why is dystopian becoming an aesthetic? And that also brings to mind what I think is like a very similar thing that's happened with dark academia. Because dark academia is an aesthetic, right? Oh my God, Freya, please. That poor chair. Can you hear the way it's ripping? I swear to God. Oh, Jesus. Dark academia is an aesthetic, right? But the way that it is come across in books is it's almost like it started out kind of as this like weird way to look at this darker side of academia, but then quickly pitched out over into the thriller genre, and it was just used as an aesthetic, and then was kind of yanked back by a few people, namely like R.F. Kuang with Babel, and you know, The Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wong, like actually taking this dark aesthetic of like this critiquing of this institution, and it's like, no, we actually have to critique the institution. This is not just dark and moody and Shakespearean and wearing tweed. Like, this is something that we can use to critique these institutions and bring them down and actually do good work with our books that we put out. And dystopia, unlike dark academia in my head, although I'm not an expert in dark academia, so like if I've gotten that history of dark academia as a book subgenre, let me know. If I've gotten it wrong, let me know. But dystopia has been this literary subgenre or genre. It's a subgenre of the speculative branch, right? That aims to critique. It aims to turn the mirror around on these institutions, on these regimes, on these political powers, on this ideology that is in these different situations. Like we have 1984, we have Fahrenheit 451, we have Brave New World, we have all these different books that have been set out across history. We have Parable of the Sower, and then of course we have like the Hunger Games now, and we have Chain Gang All-Stars now, and it's this resurgence of dystopian is interesting to me, and I really, really hope that this also brings out some properly good dystopian again. All of this to say, Silver Elite has pushed this. I keep like going around and around and around my point, and I apologize. The point of this is that Silver Elite has caused this conversation about like, where are the actual dystopian books? Why has dystopian become just an aesthetic, just a vibe? And I honestly have to say, Fable at the End of the World fits that. Why is it just an aesthetic? It doesn't actually converse with these regimes and these oppressions that are somewhat drawn out in this book. I've already complained on how much I disliked the world building and stuff like that, but it's interesting that this is what we are getting. These are like the marketed, pushed books of publishers, and they are not actually dystopian books. They are just using that word as like a pretty painting over the vibe of the book. You know, when are we actually going to get these proper dystopian books where we are critiquing the regimes, we are taking down the oppressors, we are doing all this kind of stuff? And it's really a fascinating conversation. I'm not super in it on Book Talk. I've just kind of caught like tail ends of it here and there, but I found it very interesting and timely as it's coming up with having read Fable at the End of the World, to be honest. So it's been an interesting experience. It's made me want to read all of the dystopian books now, all of the old ones. I want to reread The Hunger Games now, and maybe even Chain Gang All-Stars, because I read that one last year and it was absolutely phenomenal. I'm just craving a really good book, and at this point I want to reread books to like make sure that I know I'm getting a good book, you know? Yeah, 1.5 stars for Fable at the End of the World, but like 5 stars for the amount it's given me to talk about in this video. On Saturday, I ended up picking up An Echo of Things to Come, which is a buddy read with Lindsay. I'm currently 11% of the way through. I believe I stopped on chapter 4. I just need to have like enough time to like carve out a good chunk of this, because audiobooking, you know, all that kind of stuff. And these are fucking chunky as fuck fantasy, boys. So I'm excited to get back into some super epic old man high fantasy and to actually continue with this series. I'm still reading The Ashfire King. I have zero motivation to pick that up, which is so strange. I was reminiscing with Julie about The Ashfire King and the Stardust Thief, because she also had the same kind of similar feelings about The Ashfire King. Like, it just she never really wanted to pick it up, even though it is a good book, and it like was good. A good read, a good story, well written. It just wasn't a book that we wanted to pick up. So maybe it's the mood we're in. Maybe something is in retrograde. I don't fucking know. The Ashfire King is something that I need to actually purposefully set out to finish in some kind of a way. I'm over halfway through it. I just never want to pick it up. It's been sitting. This poor thing also, this poor dust jacket has just been absolutely destroyed. Freya got at it last night and like chewed at the corners and all this kind of stuff. It's been folded, it's been sat on, it's been crunched, it's been stepped on, all this kind of stuff. The poor dust jacket. So I had to put it back in the book to like keep it safe. But yeah, I've need to continue reading that. So these are my two like bigger fantasy reads. And then yesterday, Sunday, I decided to pick up Chlorine, which is the book club pick for the book club with my friends this month. And this was something. I think it's going to be an interesting discussion. I did not like it at all, but it wasn't a bad book. And that is the feeling I get with every single one of these fucking books for this book club. Except for the ones that kind of like steer outside of the weird woman genre. Like Penance was fucking baller. We loved that one. River Mama was also kind of bad, but like in a different way. But all of these like weird women books that we pick all feel like this to me. They all read this, not the same. They're all very strange. But maybe it's just this branch of literary fiction that it's just not my shit. It's just not my genre. It's interesting to read. I'm very thankful that my school did not have a swim team. I'm very concerned for this girl's mental health. And also for Kathy's mental health. Okay, so this follows our main character, Ren, who believes so wholeheartedly she is a mermaid. And this started when she was a young girl. She got a mythology book or a magical creatures book from her parents and like started reading about mermaids and became absolutely obsessed with them. But like, I mean, we were all obsessed with being mermaids when we were little kids, right? Like I had a pool in my backyard. We would play mermaids all the time. All the time. This girlie takes that to another level, okay? She is on the swim team. She's so fucking good at swimming and she like just is fucking killer. And as she grows up and as she becomes a teenager, she is so convinced that she is a mermaid that she just needs to like complete the transformation. And it gets worse. It gets scarier. It's viscerally teenage. People are comparing this to the Pisces. I've never read the Pisces. I'd be interested to hear from my friend who has read the Pisces on how it like holds up. But like there's a lot of weird shit in here, lots of gore, self-harm. Girly Pop is just, she's on something this entire book, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And the ending was, it made me feel so sad for one of the characters, for Kathy. She tries so hard, but there's letters from Kathy throughout this of like after what Ren does, after Ren completes her transformation. There's also letters from Kathy that come in every once in a while. That's like she's like sending them as like letters in a bottle to Ren, and they're so gut-wrenchingly terrifying. They're like stalker level letters, and those disturbed me so much. I was like, honey, Girly Pop is nuts. But by the end, I'm like, I feel so bad for Kathy having to deal with this shit. So, you know, anyways, this was not for me at all. It's going to be interesting to hear what everyone else thinks. But yeah, but I wanted to finish that today because I wanted to finish off another book. I've also managed to get through 13 or 14,000 words edited for A Favored Fey. I don't quite remember where I'm at. Chapter 6 or 7 at this point, which is great. I'm on page 30 of that binder, which is lovely. I'm happy with that. I've decided that I'm going to kind of swiftly move my way through part 1 as I've been doing in the different places. Like I had to rewrite chapter 1, but that's fine. And then I'm going to stop at the end of that. And then I'm going to transfer all of part 1 into my formatting program. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to reread it again to edit it again a little tighter and then keep going from there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep like going back and like reading it again for flow and reading it again for like word choice and stuff like that and sentence structure, because I know that that's something that Yeleni will help me with, but I just want to make sure that it's like good in my eyes too. Anyways. So yeah, that has been my weekend. It's been a good one, I think. Got my hair done, had Mother's Day yesterday, cover reveal day, A Favored Fey is coming out August 14th. So I got to get it done. I hope you guys enjoyed the cover reveal. I think it was so great. I gotta edit this clip. I've been talking for so long again, but I just have a lot to say, apparently. I gotta edit this clip and get this vlog up for you guys. So that is what I'm going to do. And I will catch you guys in another video very soon. Let me know down below if you have any dystopian book recommendations that are genuinely actually good dystopians, because I want to read them right now. Anyways, I'll catch you in another one very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.